I'm Kanika with Red Carpet Report. We're in Pasadena at the NBCUniversal Winter Press Tour 2016. Very nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Hale.
And I'm just going to start off by saying, well, you guys are obviously both good looking, but you're like really pretty too. And you lived in Saudi Arabia. I just have to ask you that one.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I grew up in the Middle East. My father's Saudi Arabian. I spent almost 3 years of my life there. I left the U.S. when I was 3, and we relocated to Bahrain, and that's where I grew up, and I love it. It's an amazing island.
Culture is very similar to Indian culture, so I had to quickly say that. Okay, but The Magicians, what an interesting show. I want to hear how it makes it so different from other shows that have magic in it. I think the role of magic in the show is very different, so I'd love to hear from you guys on that.
The way that I approached magic when I was developing my character, Margot, is that it's a relationship that she has, and everybody's relationships are different. So the way that I relate to this craft may not be the way Elliot relates to the craft, and it may not be the way that I always relate to it. And that grounded it in reality for me. Not that it was difficult to ground in reality, because our show is so rooted in the real, tangible world that it makes it easy to play.
Right.
So
I think that sort of what sets it apart is sort of that intersection of the harsh realities of the real world with these characters who discover that they have magical abilities. So you have characters who come from the real world experiencing magic, you have characters who have already existed in the magical world for a time, and then you have other worlds that extend. And so this show sort of is a composition of a lot of fantasy ideals, and it sort of turns it on its head, and it gives you a more adult perspective. It's a bit darker. It examines sort of the challenges of becoming an adult, drugs, sex, addiction, death, all of that, identity, evolution, spirituality. It's all in there somewhere, and Lev Grossman is a brilliant genius, and what he created really is an amazing blueprint for an adaptation, and I just think, yeah, we're really lucky to be a part of it.
Was it a challenge to get it picked up, or was it kind of?
it didn't. I mean, we're actors, so we don't see all of the string pulling. It didn't feel like it. I think everybody felt confident from the beginning when we did the pilot. I know I felt confident. There wasn't this nervous anxiety around any of it for me, which is nice. Yeah.
And tell me, as actors, I mean, how did your characters you play, how does it push you as a profession? I mean, what do you think it's taught you so much about your?
What it taught me playing Margot was patience, because when you meet her, she can come off as a little vapid and maybe not that fully realized. But I think that's her intention. And what I had to do was practice patience as the episodes went on in discovering who she is in the layers. And I did discover those layers, and it made it more gratifying.
And I think for me, I sort of had to recalibrate my relationship to my emotions, where I'm maybe a bit more go with the flow and sort of like easy about that kind of thing. I think Elliot is, he's trying to contain everything that he feels, and he's not necessarily trying to be as direct about his internal world. Instead, he's really creating a persona that he's projecting into the world, that he wants other people to see as confident and sophisticated and brilliant and put together and aesthetically aware, and sort of this sort of idea of a perfect aesthetic dandy is a construct that he's building, and underneath it he's sort of feeling all of what he feels, and I think that sort of was a big challenge, but also a great pleasure to be able to kind of like psych myself into that headspace a little bit and bring that to life.
Yeah, the characters, it seems like, have so much complexity, so I think viewers can resonate. And last question, what are you hoping they take away from the show? What are you hoping the audience learns? And of course, entertainment, but what else are they going to be discussing, you hope, after the show that each week they watch?
I'm hoping, that they take away that this is a very rich world that isn't necessarily all about just magic. We don't rely on gimmicks the characters really do drive the story and are interesting and stand on their own without the introduction of magic. We do have that and it's fun, but yeah, I guess that we can hold our own without that element.
Absolutely. I really do also hope that people fall in love with the characters and are curious about them and want to know more. I hope that we get to take more time to really unveil the layers of who these people are, and I think that that's the greatest opportunity that we could possibly have with a show like this. And yeah, it's just a very exciting.
It's very exciting. I'm really excited to see it, honestly. So I wish the show amazing success. And hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for a lot more interviews, and comment below. Let me know which new show you're really excited to see this season.